Would I be the a-hole if I ignored my parents' olive branch after the traumatic birth of my babies? I, 30F, and my husband, 38M, have been together for 12 years, married for 7. I had a strained relationship with my parents, late 60s, prior to meeting my husband, due to my mother's behavior and my father's non-action against it. Some examples for context. My father went away for his work for about 6 months when I was 8. My mother didn't do any of the motherly duties and relied on me to care for my younger siblings. Aside from taking us to school, she didn't do homework, cook us dinner, or wash our clothes. My dad did all this before he went away. At 8 I was making sandwiches for my siblings whilst my mom would read her book in the bath. I would put them to bed and would make sure they had clean clothes as we were being picked on for being the dirty kids. We went NC about 11 years ago when I became seriously unwell. 2 weeks in intensive care, followed by a further 5 weeks in hospital, and my parents didn't contact me once. They knew as my now husband called them. They didn't visit, call, or text, but posted on social media about how devastated they were with the situation, acting like the most caring parents in the world. When my husband and I got engaged, we sent invitations to our wedding to them, with no response. They didn't attend. My husband reached out to my father when shortly after we got married I found I was expecting. The response was lackluster, along the lines of, "I hope you're both happy," but nothing more. No contact after that, nor when we had our second child. Recently, we had a very traumatic pregnancy and birth, with my babies arriving 3 months early with major complications. 2 weeks after the birth, I received contact from my parents in the form of a Facebook request and a message saying, "Long time, no speak," which I have not responded to. We speak to numerous members of the family, so imagine they have heard what's happened. I don't know what to do. I don't understand why they would reach out now, when I've had many major life events in the interim: wedding, birth of first and second child, graduating university, etc. I can only imagine it's similar to when I was in hospital and all about attention or what they can say on social media. I don't trust their motives at all. My husband and I are at odds over this though. He believes they may have realized the error in their ways and are trying to make amends. It's causing arguments because he thinks I should accept the friend request and what he perceives as an olive branch. I genuinely don't know what to do. WIBTA: if I block them and remain NC knowing this will probably be it until they die. Edit. With regard to my husband's age, yes, he's 7 years older than me. We got together when I was nearly 19 and he was just turned 26. There was no grooming or any other perverted situation surrounding us. He does take on a bit of a parental figure at times, and this is something we have been working on for 8 years with the help of a therapist. For more context, my husband isn't keen for me to reconnect with my mother. His intentions are my dad. He agrees our children should never have any contact with my mother, nor would he ever push for us to speak. His view is that my dad is a victim as much as I am, that he's trapped in an abusive relationship, and to some extent I agree, which is where my indecision comes from. If my parents divorced and went NC with each other, I would probably look to reconnect with my father on a LC basis without children involved. I will show my husband the responses when he gets back from work. For those who asked about the babies, they're still in NICU and more than likely will be for the next couple of months. They're doing well all things considered and are stable now.